Hello, Frank Moore. I thought I would send you a tape instead of a letter, a note, to let you know that I received your magazine, and I find it very, very interesting. The artwork is beautiful, far beyond what I could do. Okay, and also wanted to tell you that while the Christies are not talking to me, and that's because, well, I told them I didn't want nothing to do with the small press or poetry or anything, because I've got a lot of goddamn things to do right here on this farm, 280 acres, with loads of goddamn cows and chickens. I really don't have the time for it. But they didn't see it that way. They, well, I figured, well, too bad. Yeah. I did invite them down to visit me. However, I can't. And I also said that if you're smoking pot or bringing pot or anything like that, that we would call the police. Yes, we would. Because we don't want it on this farm. And I thought that since this is my home, you should at least respect it instead of just charging down here, acting as if this is the second Woodstock coming, or third Woodstock. But anyway, I thought I'd clear that up before for you, as to whether you write me or not. I don't care. It doesn't matter. I just got out of the hospital, and I had suffered a stroke, and my right side isn't altogether good. My speech went away from me. I mean, I was talking really, really like a tongue-tied, if you know what that word, that term is. And I'm just beginning to get my speech back. The right hand is, well, it's usable, and the right leg is usable. But anyway, aside from that, I'm going to take and put excerpts of a tape, or two tapes, that I have called From the Mind of Kurluk and From the Mind of Kurluk Also. And this is for listening enjoyment. So here it is, Frank, and I do thank you for writing to me and sending me your catalog and your publication. I really like that. You really do beautiful artwork, that's for sure. So here I go. One more thing I wanted to say before I start this tape business is that the Johnny Appleseed tape no longer is in existence. These tapes, of which I make now, are exclusively for friends of mine, and I don't want to go public with them. I don't want to go public with Johnny Appleseed because they don't exist anymore. And I'm not going to give out my other tapes that I make just for my friends. So anyway, enjoy.
Abandon hope, all ye who enter here.
From the Mind of Kurluk. From the Mind of Kurluk is presented to you so as to be tantalizingly entertaining. This tape is not for the faint of heart, nor those that would close their minds to the mysteries of life and the universe. From the Mind of Kurluk only touches upon your ordinary mortal senses, to that of smell, feeling, sight, sound, and taste, desiring of this for you to go beyond earthly existence. Therefore, Allow your body to be cast aside, your mind to be torn open like a ancient, decaying crypt entrance, and allow your spirit to mingle and meet with the spirits of the macabre. And now, my good friend,
Good evening. Good evening.
I would like to first say that since coming to this very old southern farm, I had learned that the spirits of this area appear when least expected. Many of them are from the Civil War times over 100 years ago. However, what caught my interest was on a cold autumn night when I looked out my window into the darkness and to my surprise saw tiny flickering lights moving up a rugged hill known for its many jagged rocks and snakes. Here it was, about midnight, when I knew that normally no one ventures out on a dark moon night. However, as I quickly raced from my home toward that area, my vision was able to make out a dozen or so images. These being people dressed in long black hooded robes and carrying a single lighted candle. I noted too that the candles were also black. I dared not move toward them too closely, but watched from a distance. Suddenly, I was amazed as I could see them descending into the earth. In a short while, the last member disappeared as his hooded figure was slowly swallowed into the dark horizon. Being extremely cautious and curious, though fearful, I gradually moved toward where I had seen this group disappear. With a very small flashlight, I scanned the area. Soon, a small flash caught my attention. Moving to the object that reflected my light, I could see a metal handle. Indeed, once examining the area, the handle was to that of a doorway into the earth. I then began to hear strange music and a moaning coming from under this camouflaged doorway. The sounds were awesome, unlike anything I had ever heard in my life. From under the ground, the sounds came as though there was a deep, dark dungeon, and someone somehow someone was being tortured. I could hear only that voice moaning and screaming in the night. It started very subtle, even alluring to the music that was being played. It started off with sensual moans of pleasure to the body, mind, and spirit. As I listened, my own mind raced to the images that I could muster from the depths of my id. I wanted so much to see what is going on. To view those that had descended into the pit below me on this eerie, dark moon night. As I listened, my curiosity got the best of me. I began to claw my fingers into the moist dirt. I could smell the faint stench like that of sulfur seeping up to fill my nostrils. I could not hear anyone, only the faint movement of people as their dark robes caused the dark, dusty room to engulf them. Soon, I was able to dig the dirt away to reveal a heavy wooden door. Along the boards, I soon saw a sliver of light come up from that meeting place. Even the sound slightly intensified. My whole being was drawn to the sounds and to that eerie red-orange light. I put my eye to that crack in the door to peer into the underground chamber. I was amazed at what I saw. A man, totally naked, hung from the wall in chains, while those in black robes tortured him in a most unusual way. They were using devices I've never seen before to cause his skin to cringe and peel. I became more curious, more interested. I soon reached over and took hold of the handle to the door that led into that pit. I could hear that young man scream. He was in agony. I wanted to be with him. I wanted to be near him to see his pain. I wanted to be with him to feel his pain. I soon gripped the handle to that door tightly. And with one strong pull, I caused the hinges to squeal as loud as his cry. Before me stood a man, tall, in a long black hooded robe, and he said to me,
Didn't the other kids tell you not to come here? Go back before it's too late.
I took one look into that man's very strange eyes. He had eyes like I've never seen before. Eyes that were out of this world. One blue and one purple. And I told him, I am going to be with that young man hanging on a wall because he turns me on. And so I said to that hooded man, Well, after I told him that, he just stood there, shaking his head, causing his strange eyes to even be stranger. They turned to one pink and one lavender. And he shook his head and told me, well, come on in if you must. If you insist, get down there to that naked man and be with him. Well, as I stepped down into that chamber, oh, that poor guy. My heart was pumping piss for him, 'cause I loved what I was seeing. It was awesome. He stood there in chains against the wall, naked, showing a huge, long cock and ball. He had dark black hair, and his eyes looked to me. They were crystal blue, set into black sockets. His lips were painted black, and when he smiled, I saw two fangs, like that of a vampire, coming out of his mouth. I thought, how fucking wild, weird, eerie, and strange. But then, I thought, as I looked to one side of the room that was glowing with red-orange light, I saw a friend of mine, and he stood over there with a book in his hand, dressed all in green. He was wearing a tutu and one of those kind of hats that Robin Hood would wear. And he told me that he was going to recite one of his poems about young men. And so he did. And saying, my friend Tom Reed in St. Louis, Missouri, recited this poem.
Boy gods. Through our midst, they walk and talk, about themselves mostly, as the young like to do, but I this, and I that, and I did, moving mouths and legs and lips as puppets on cue. And the walk, oh, the walk of some is a sight to behold, from a prance like a prince to a slovenly gait, and some at a trot with a general stance, as if their presence was some great act of fate, for the benefit of the clumsy, the slow, the old, and they were predestined and not here merely by chance. The boy gods especially are aloof when on hoof, forgetting they were once only a male sperm, believing to climb to newer thrills and greater feats before they join the ranks of the aged and infirm. We continue to perpetuate this disaster of age, knowing full well what youth can and cannot do, but believing they will solve all problems engaged. Such is the feeble folly of us and the young and the vain, who age as they understand less and know more. With maturity, through heights of joy and depths of pain, the boy gods at times like creatures from mythical lore. Such a fickle and such a foolish test, as they fancy themselves better than all the rest. And when these boy gods, growing older, are no more tomorrow, if they do not understand us, there indeed is the real sorrow.
Ah, alas, boy gods. That was such a wonderful poem. But to my surprise, oh my Lord, everyone in the chamber jumped up, started screaming and applauding. Well, the poetry session was over with, and Tom took a big bow and thanked the audience. But then I moved over the room to the other side, and I noticed that there was another doorway. And behind this doorway, it was very strange. I could swear I heard two guys talking. Oh, hell. Oh, my. They weren't just talking. They were having sex. Oh. This is what I heard.
Now get down on my ass. Clean that shit out, baby. Yeah, let me feel your tongue. Oh, yeah. Yeah, get your tongue up that asshole. I can't feel it, baby. Maybe it needs a whip, huh? Maybe you need a little bit of whip to get you going. Huh? 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 You think you need a little bit of whip, baby? Huh? Huh? Think you need a little bit, baby? Huh? Yeah. Yeah. Stock it, baby. Suck that ass. You feel your tongue up my asshole, motherfucker. Clean that shit out. Get it, baby. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Here it comes, baby. Get it. Get it. Ah, get it, baby. Fucker, you. You hot motherfucker. You little bit. Oh, don't suck that motherfucker. Just start drinking. Here it comes. Oh. Oh. Yeah. Swallow it, baby. All right. Get that piss foot clean, baby. Now get my dick. Rock it, baby. All right. All right. Oh, yeah. Oh, need to warm your ass up. Fuck you, baby. Yeah. Your ass is hot enough for me now. Yeah. swoop, baby. And the tongue is there. Yeah. You turn into a good cocksucker. I gotta say that for you. Yeah. You sure are good. Better than earlier today. Yeah. You want another sniff?
No, sir.
You raise that load, baby. Here it comes. Oh! Fuck you, motherfucker. Take it all. Oh. Oh. Ooh. Oh. Oh. Get everything. Get it all. Oh, shit. Woo-wee.
Oh, I couldn't stand it anymore. I ran back into the chamber, and everybody, oh my lord, they were taking their clothes off. And next you know, they were acting strange again. They were starting to dance naked. Oh my God. The place started jumping and hopping, and the guy on the wall, they took him out of his chains, and here he is jumping around, dancing, and his big old cock hanging out there, and flip-flopping up and down and all around, and whoo-wee! They say I have the heart of a little boy. Yes. And it's on my desk in a jar. And now, more from the mind of Kurluk. From the mind of Kurluk. Denver, Colorado, is traditionally known in witchcraft as the place where East meets West. This land is known by those in the occult to be rich in natural energy, where easy access is gained to the astral plane. Come in and join me. And now we continue from the mind of Kurluk.
Won't you come in for a bite?
Most friends of mine tell me that I'm crazy, that I'm bizarre, that I'm a maniac. And I told them this.
They only let me out one night a year.
Did you know that Frankenstein is a child molester? I mean, after all, look what he did to that little girl at the pond and stole her flowers at that. One night, as I walked down the streets of Baltimore, I could hear music in the air. I approached this country western bar, and I could hear my friends singing. It was none other than Cousin Jack with Butch and Marie. And here they are.
This is my cousin Jack. Hi, John, you remember me. You never did, cuz.
You know, I think you did my chores.
He said, I'll love you till I die. He told him you were getting time. As the years went so by, she still played upon his mind. Got some pictures on his wall. When half crazy now and then, he still loves her through it all. Hoping she comes back to him. Get some letters by his mail. Dating 1962. He had underlined in red every single I love you. I went to see just a day. Oh, but I didn't see no tears. All dressed up to throw away. First time I seen him smiling. He stopped loving her today. They wait to read on door. Stop loving her today. You know he went to see her one last time. Oh, we all wondered if he would. And it kept running through my mind. This time he's over her for good. He stopped loving her today. They wait to read for his door, and soon they carry him away. He stopped loving her today.
Now that's what I call real good homespun country western singing. And Cousin Jack has got the voice for it. He should be out there doing it. And on with the show. Long ago, when I was just a kid, well, I was really a little bastard then. Got into all kinds of trouble. But anyway, I was about 10 years old then. And I was picked up by this strange-looking Polish guy. He told me that if I was real good to him, that he would take me to Rome, to a place he said he called the Vatican, or something like that. Well, I was real good, all right. Sleeping with him most of the time with my legs up in the air. Or he'd stuff my mouth with what he called his holy kielbasa. Whew, well, we did get to Rome, and he right away introduced me to a bunch of guys dressed in red robes. Damn. All of them were looking at me with big smiles, and a lot of them was patting me on my ass, saying I was a fine-looking American boy. Ooh, well, while they were all getting a real good feel of me, well, here soon comes this Polish guy out of a room dressed in white robes, wearing a silly, tall, pointed hat. He then took me to a balcony. As we stepped out onto it, damn, the crowd was cheering and applauding. I soon saw him raise his hand. He began to wave it right and left, and then up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Hell, I thought he was jerking off the air. But then soon, he ripped off his hat and his white robes, stood on the balcony totally naked, and said,
You know, girls, it's hard to find a guy that really blows your mind. And you just dig everything he does, like when he gives you that great big special hug. And that heavy kiss.
That was the Avon lady out in the crowd selling her wares. But then soon, it started to rain. God damn, it came down all over the people and all over everything. And we just had to get off that balcony. He was getting all wet, including that big thing of his. Oh, well, end of story. One day, while I was walking through my cornfields, I came upon a big area where the corn was flattened down. The area was a big circle. I thought, now what damn fool came here and stomped down all my corn and made this big circle? But then I soon heard a strange sound. I looked up, and lo and behold, there was this great big thing. Now get your mind out of the gutter. It wasn't one of those things. It looked like one of those awesome things. In fact, it looked like one of my dishes. A great big saucer. As I watched it coming closer and closer to me, I soon saw a window in it open, and some gray-looking thing with big black eyes stuck out its head, and it shouted down to me and said,
Hi, honeys. This is Susie Psychic. How are you? Where are you calling from, dear? Tell Susie all your problems. Let her help you. That's right. You've reached the Susie Psychic Network. All our operators are busy now, but please stand by, and one of our gifted psychics will be with you in moments. Susie Psychic Network is the best psychic network anywhere in the country. We're here for you 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. There's no problem too big or too small that Susie and her gifted band of psychics can handle. If you're looking for a new career, money, wealth, or fame, love, or any other things,
hello, Frank Moore. This is, this is done again. But anyway, let me say that I hope you are enjoying this tape, and that if you want to share it with others of open mind or a sane mind, do so. And now, here it is, from the Mind of Kurluk, also. The Illuminati, or better known as the Beast. President Clinton has recently declared that the Internet, which ties together millions of computers worldwide, will run the entire world economy. Eventually, all buying and selling will involve the computer and the Internet. From the Bible, Book of Revelations, chapter 13, this adds to fulfilling the mark of the beast. Clinton's report entitled A Framework for Global Electronic Commerce states that there will be no new taxes or tariffs on Internet transactions. The 30-page report is so important to the Illuminati, the New World Order movement, that it carries with it an executive order issued by Clinton, which states that this report is official U.S. government policy. This is a major leap into the new age of Aquarius and the New World Order. From a company called the Kroger Company, they have already begun issuing coupons which are good for one Avid permanent ID microchip. This is offered in connection with their partner veterinarian clinics for use in animals. However, we can also see how close this is getting to being used in human beings. When will people be injected with a permanent identification microchip or even labeled with the international barcode that we see on products in many grocery stores? Another problem has arisen as a result of the United Nations' insistence. President Clinton has declared that solar panels will be installed on 1 million American rooftops within the next 13 years. All of this being done under the guise of environmental cleanup to keep Mother Earth happy. However, we must have to wonder just what these solar panels will contain. What kind of surveillance or mind-controlling devices will be in these panels? You've heard of techniques used by use of subliminal suggestions and that of getting an education while you sleep. Well, you might get an education and even be controlled of what you think into the future of solar panels. As a very important, intricate part of the New World Order, Pope John Paul has announced to the world that he wants to become the undisputed spiritual leader of all religions around the world. This coincides with the Illuminati plan of a one world religion, a new world religion, which would cooperate in forming one political system. The United Nations buildings have already been earmarked as the central location and recognized capital for the New World Order movement. Abortion that is allowed in this country is considered horrible enough. However, there is now the RU486 pill beginning to expand its usage rapidly. In New York, a clinic affiliated with Columbia Presbyterian Medical Center is offering this pill that kills babies. The pill's main ingredient is mifepristone, which blocks the hormone progesterone, which causes a miscarriage. The woman bleeds heavily for 2 days, and bleeding, nausea, and cramps last about 2 weeks. The baby is washed out with the blood. This mother's blood and murdered baby is Satanism and human sacrifice of the first magnitude. Here, let it be noted that the Food and Drug Administration made the approval of this drug a top priority, and an organization known as Abortion Rights Mobilization won approval. This organization, known as ARM, is planning to make this set of 3 pills free to women across America, and wants these pills in the mouths of 10,000 women as soon as possible. Lawrence Lauder, the president of ARM, pledges to make these pills so available nationwide that no woman will be denied them. It is a known fact that the Illuminati, the New World Order, has announced that part of their plan of world takeover is to eradicate 3/4 of the world's population. This being done through chemical, electronic, high-tech means, and if necessary, with use of atomic power. Already in the planning, all U.S. nuclear submarines will be upgraded to be equipped with hydrogen bombs instead of atomic bombs. The bridge into the next century that Hillary and Bill Clinton speak of, with their backing of the New World, New Age Order, is rapidly being built with support of the United States government and your tax dollars. We have yet to see all of this unfold so as to be so intense that we can become a robotic, chemical-controlled, electronic-controlled, and atomic-controlled civilization. We are heading for the beast. And now, my good friends, I would like to introduce a bit of poetry from a very good friend of mine, Tom Reed of St. Louis, Missouri. Tom's poetry is very touching as it relates to the intricate moments of our lives, dealing with areas that many times we tend to take for granted. He has sent me a poem that indeed touches me in my life at this time, with having recently become a country boy.
Country boy, oh, country boy from distant Kentucky hills, in the innocent, simple ways of simple kin, entranced and entrapped by big city thrills, 2 steps forward, 1 back, you never win. Having good times and having no care, drinking and dancing away throughout the night, beguiling a kindred soul to your lair, while searching for someone so nice, so right. Drink and be merry was all theme song of the friends, riff-raff and the barflies, parties and laughter the whole night long, till the darkest of night became sunny sky. Oh, country boy from so long, long ago, let us join our hearts. Let us be one. To better times and better fate, perhaps after all, you really have won.
Walking along the dusty, dry, dismal street in this God-forsaken country, I decided to step into one of those small, secluded taverns. As I passed through the long strands of beads that covered the doorway, I began to hear the music of this land. You stood there at the bar, looking gallant in your military uniform, wearing a black turban and a glimmering pistol that hung at your side. As your eyes looked me over, I could feel you undressing me. I could soon feel beads of sweat forming on my brow. Feel the blood begin to rush through my veins. With our eyes beckoning to each other, I made my way to the bar next to you. I gave you a sensual smile, gently licked my voluptuous pink lips. Of course, you knew what I wanted. And it wasn't the drink that you were buying me. As I took a sip of the drink, I could feel your hot breath coming closer to my ear. You were about to whisper something. I turned my head from the drink, licked my lips while telling you the drink was delicious. It was nice and cool for my pulsing, hot body. You could tell that I was playing hard to get. I could tell you wanted me, that your passion was building as your male ego set to conquer my body. Little did you know that the prize you were wanting held secrets of the night. I looked at your lips as you gently told me that I was handsome. My eyelids slowly fell as a wicked smile was cast for only you to see. Again, I licked my lips as you gradually placed an arm around my waist. Once holding me, you moved your body to me, very closely, very pressing, as I soon felt your manhood throb against my leg. I knew that the fragrance of my body was exotically tantalizing your mind. I soon moved to your ear and whispered for you to come with me. I beckoned you to follow me into the full moon night. You didn't hesitate. Casually but swiftly we left the bar. Along the very narrow dark street we slipped into the crevice of the night. As you held me close to you, passionately wanting to possess my body, I soon announced,
Good evening.
I want to drink your blood. The gypsies, the Russian ancestors of my blood, flows through my gypsy veins, luring me to get up and dance. I can see the gypsy girl as she spins in the town square, holding a rose in one hand while holding a condom in the other. Then that of Papa, playing his violin, while the Russian bear does tricks for the audience. Let me entertain you. Let me make you smile. Oh, I'll bet you've got a big one. Every bit a mile. Eat your heart out, Gypsy Rose Lee. He came into the bar wearing black leather, a motorcycle jacket with silver studs across his chest. It was at the 1942 Club on Broadway in Denver. There's a hot, and I do mean hot, bondage bar there. The first floor has your open bar, pool table scene, jukebox, lots of hot guys hanging around the bar. Then down into the basement, there is the Black Room bar. And that is where the action just begins. Use your imagination as to what happened deep in that bar, where the lighting is so soft and low. God. In the corners, there is blackness, and you have to feel your way around in more ways than one. Drink your drink at the bar, because you'll be busy elsewhere in that bar. Who the hell's got time to drink? Lots of smoke, lots of popper, lots of cock. Oh, lots of black leather. Lots and lots of hot, steaming, sweaty skin. You come out of the dungeon bar, back upstairs to what could be what you may want to call reality, because where you were, call it whatever you want, because you can get whatever you want at the 1942 Club in Denver. And you can bet your ass I'm going there and get it all. Because I am a slut, and I love it all. The music that plays in that bar doesn't come from the jukebox. There's a special stereo that carries something for your mind, for your body, for whatever you want. You can hear the moans, the whimpers, the slight gasp of air. It was around 1976 when I was in Denver, Colorado. I met with a group of individuals of all ages, from teens to their 50s. As we got to know one another, we sensed a desire to involve ourselves into the occult. Each of us, numbering 13, the number of a witch's coven, performed a supernatural magical task, my own being that of reading tarot cards. As we grew more involved into the occult, we soon drew ourselves together to form a dark circle. Of this, we began studying the teachings of Anton LaVey, the famous high priest of Satanism. And as such, we in turn formed a satanic group. We would meet every weekend, and especially upon that of the dark moon. As we became more involved in learning Satanism, I was chosen to be their high priest, especially since I was quite good at reciting the different masses to summon the demons of the abyss. We were indeed foreboding. As we dressed in black robes, burned black candles, had a large black drape on the wall with the symbol design of Satanism upon it. There was also incense, very unusual music, and most of all, the deep desire from everyone to become a Satanist. Then, upon one All Hallows Eve night, we performed a satanic black sex mass. We walked into the room, draped in our black robes. And then from behind the curtain, two of our members dressed in scarlet red robes brought out this individual. The person was totally naked. They were covered with oil and with piss. Their body was shaven clean of all hair. We took that person and guided them to the altar. At that point, the two acolytes dressed in red laid that person upon the black altar. Sulfuric gunpowder was ignited to both sides, causing smoke to fill the room. And then, as we burned hashish and smoked pots, we took our robes off and joined that naked individual on the altar of Satan. There were 13 black candles lighted in a circle around the black room. Before the altar, upon the black floor, was the image of Satanism. A circle around the upside-down five-pointed star that had the figure of a goat upon it, representing the face of Satan. One by one, each member totally naked sucked the sacrifice to Satan until they were spent and exhausted. Once their sex act was completed, one of the black candles was extinguished. And during that night, one by one, each candle was put out till the room became totally black. It was then that our steaming, sweaty bodies mingled and mixed with one another in the darkness of that pit. Cries and moans of sex and praises to Satan could be heard, for nothing was left to the imagination of sex and being pure of sin until we heard from the depths of hell came the beast. It was tall, awesome, muscular in figure, with horns like a ram. And it had an enormous cock. Its body glistened and lighted the room with a very eerie glow. And it fucked us all. I loved it too. Oh my God. That story is a true story, but of course, no demon came up and screwed me, but that's the way it goes. But there was a satanic group that I was a part of, and we called it the Black December. In fact, our group was a group of musicians, and we had everybody played a guitar, drums, whatever, and we sang and everything. I know how to play guitar too. But anyway, we had a great fucking time back then, even if we didn't raise no damn spirits. We raised a lot of other things. It all started many, many years ago. Deep in the darkest regions of Africa. A small village began to show signs of illness. The local doctor that would visit that remote area had no idea of what the disease was. And as such, treated it for what he thought it could be. Just some form of diarrhea, loss of weight, weakness, and nausea. It could be associated with a number of illnesses that give those symptoms. Nothing unusual. Just a case of food poisoning, or that of some sort of jungle fever. Indeed, nothing unusual. That is, until the spread of that disease began to show up in other villages, even affecting health personnel, doctors, nurses, missionaries. Finally, the World Health Organization was called in. Through the steamy jungles of Africa, they went. They saw. They analyzed. And they were horrified. However, after taking all the precautions possible to stop the spread of this disease, it wasn't good enough. And that's because the security of these precautions was very lax. There were those who did only what they had to do and nothing more. And there were those who would allow sick individuals to pass through roadblocks so as to go on to other villages and go on to major cities. This disease spread across the world like a prairie fire. killing millions of people until it was announced to the world, we have AIDS. From the Mind of Kurluk, also. Those of you who have listened to this tape, I do hope you have enjoyed it. And now, I do hope that you will share it with those people you know who you feel would also enjoy it. I would say it is for those that are very open-minded and very understanding of what real life is about. Let me know what you think, good or bad, and might I add, dare to ask me for another. I'll be happy to send you the next one. The next one being From the Mind of Kurluk, again. I want to thank Daniel, the Rebel Man, for most of the music that was included on this tape. He has been a dear friend to me for many years. I also want to thank Tom Reed and his encouragement for me to continue making From the Mind of Kurluk. And I also want to thank British Paul for his deep understanding of what degrees sex can be taken to and how fuck is the ultimate supreme energy of the universe in all things, and for his patience for the male to exchange our thoughts and philosophies, our forms of personal enjoyment, and for finding this slut in a world of 7 billion resulting from all that fucking. And so, my friends, this is John, signing out until you hear From the Mind of Kurluk again. Well, I hope you have enjoyed this tape. My God, I got this thing turned up loud. Let me start again. I hope you have enjoyed this tape. And if you did, let me know. I'll send you the next of its series, which I call From the Mind of Kurluk again. Or is it also? But anyway, no, it's From the Mind of Kurluk again. That we just played also. So, your publication is really hot. Very, very good. Especially, the drawings and the artwork. I used to do some drawings when I was a young guy, but your publication is really damn good. I mean, super, super good, okay? So anyway, I'll let you hear some music while the run tape runs out. And if you want, keep in touch. I'll see you again.
It's Night Tracks with Bob Booker, playing the hottest new country CDs, all the way through. Test Country 106.